So warning, this is going to be a little bit longer video, but I want to talk about some things. And if I look this way, it's because I wrote down a script. Yeah, professionalism. So recently I've been seeing a lot of people talk about competitive formats and how there's been a migration of people moving towards these formats, and people asking why are people moving towards these formats. Usually people are talking about people moving from EDH to CDH. And I don't have an answer per se as to why people are moving towards those formats, but I have an answer for myself as to why I don't move to those formats. I want to point out that I don't speak for everybody. I want to clarify that I'm not into CDH or into competitive 60 card formats, but I can tell you why I am not into those formats. So, a little background. I've been playing Magic for about 25 years. I started in high school, and when I started, I played kitchen table Magic. You know, just pop a lot of cards together and make it into a deck, whatever I can find. And then everybody else in my group was doing the same thing. I played that for a few years, but then in the late 2000s or so, I decided to give Standard an actual try. When Modern came out, I decided to give that a try, and when Pioneer came out, I decided to give that a try as well. I wasn't super hardcore to any of these formats, but I went to plenty of FNMs, Wednesday Night Magic, yada yada yada. But after a while, I ran into the same problem with each format. Repetitiveness. After a while, I would see the same decks over and over again. Every week, I would have to play against the same decks, and after a while, it just got boring to me. And yes, I get that bannings happen, and that usually shakes up the meta, and then you'll start seeing new decks, or when new sets come out, you'll start seeing new decks come out. But when I was playing these formats, bannings weren't as common, and we only were getting like what 3-4 sets a year at most, kind of thing. So unless something major happened, I was basically playing the game on repeat. Another thing that I felt was that these formats made me feel like I was stifling my creativity. I say this because in order to stand a chance, I would have to build very specific decks with very specific sideboards just to not get blown out of the water by my opponents. You know, I tried creating some, home brews and taking to the LGS, but I would get wrecked regularly, whenever I tried playing something that wasn't meta. And I hate the idea of playing by the numbers meta decks. And I get it, these decks are meta for a reason. They're good, and they work, but I like doing my own thing when it comes to creating a deck, and having to play some predetermined box and stay in that predetermined box to even stand a chance feels bad for me. Seeing the same patterns, seeing the same lines, same strategy, the same plays over and over again, it feels like I'm watching the same show over and over again, and I'm just not into that. I don't find that entertaining to do the same thing over and over again. But EDH has always been different to me. Sure, you'll run into some of the same staples, but for the most part, the casual decks, and I mean casual decks, all do different things. Emphasis on casual. I've been playing for 25 plus years, and thanks to tons of EDH games, there's some cards that I've seen that are old, and I'm just like, how have I never heard of this card, or seen this card? And there's some times where I see cards that people have played plenty of times, but then all of a sudden, I see them use it in a unique way, with a unique interaction, or with another card, and I'm like, holy crap, how have I never thought about that? How is that even possible? I get excited about things like that. I find it entertaining and fun. I love when I see an old commander that I haven't seen anyone run in a long time all of a sudden appear across from me because some new card came out that gave somebody the inspiration to build that deck. Or maybe they wanted to rehash something old and try it differently. Like a few weeks ago, I was playing with a random dude, and he had a Riku, the Twin Reflections deck, and I was just like, holy crap, I have not seen a Riku deck since 2009, 2010, something. I'm like, oh my god, that's dope. A friend of mine made a Rafik deck, and the Rafik of the Many. I have not seen that probably since, I want to say 2008, 2009, something like that. I get super excited about that kind of stuff. And yeah, I have some bracket 4, bracket 5-ish decks, that I can play on more on the competitive side and stuff like that. But I barely play them. because I already know what I have to do. I already know the lines that I have to do, the patterns that I have to do. And yeah, RNG is a thing, but like I already know what I'm trying to do from start to finish. It's I gotta do X, then I gotta wait for Y, and then after that I do Z, and then I win. And I hate those decks. It just feels so boring because it's just paint by the numbers, you know? And like, and that's why I tend to have a lot of different decks. I have like 15 plus decks, and they all do different things, and a lot of those don't have an exact game plan. They have an idea of what I should be doing, making tokens, fighting things, like selling top of my card, but I don't have I play it very loosey-goosey with those decks, and I love that. I love the unpredictability that comes with a laid-back pod, and a laid-back paid group, and a laid-back deck. I love casual formats, and I mean truly casual. None of this I'm claiming to be casual, but in reality I've got like 6 game changers and 4 infinite combos in deck. I love to see people play off-meta cards and off-meta commanders that aren't in EDHREC's top 100. That brings me joy. That's why I stick to the casual formats, because I love that randomness.